Something I'm seeing a lot of on the internet lately, whether it is headlines about femcels, social media posts, or even some of the questions that I receive. Headlines like why we should be worried about the rise in femcels, or dangers of the 4B movement, the dangers of misandry. And there is a real danger that these conversations are derailing actual really important conversations that we should be having around, well, one, female radicalization, because that does exist, and two, misogyny. Danger of these terms being kind of used, weaponized, taken out of context, and pretty much always spoken about whenever misogyny is brought up as a kind of gotcha, like what about this moment. And there's a real danger of conflating and framing this problem, the problem of women distancing themselves from men and women saying that they hate men, is equal to and as bad as men hating women. It is not the same thing. We know for a fact that misogyny and the radicalization online of young men leads to real world harms of women and girls. Last year, the police in the UK declared violence against women and girls a national emergency. Earlier this year in January, a leaked document from the Home Office identified misogyny and violence against women and girls as an entry point to extremism. Men who are killing and attacking women are citing misogyny in their manifesto. They're listening to misogynistic influencers and podcasts. They're consuming misogynistic content online. We know that the majority of violent crime is committed by men, and the majority of sexual crimes are committed by men against women and girls and people of marginalised genders. One woman is killed every 5 days by a partner or ex-partner, and the police receive a domestic abuse related call every 30 seconds. These are all really pressing issues that should not be trivialised or put on par with femcels and women swearing off men. Women who identify as femcels, who reject men, who find solace in the comfort of other women, are doing so because of all of these things I've just mentioned, because of male violence. And crucially, they are not going out and committing mass acts of violence against men. I do think there is a serious and very valid and very important conversation to have the fact that there is a growing number of women turning towards the far right, or like women who voted for Donald Trump in the election, the growing pro-natalist movement, trad wife movement. These are all really important conversations that we should be having around a type of radicalization, but femcels, women hating men, the 4B movement, that's not it. There are really big differences between these two terms, misogyny and misandry, because they have very different consequences, and we need to be really sensitive and critical in how we discuss the two, because you cannot quantify misogyny as having the same weight as misandry when misandry does not lead to an epidemic of violence against men committed by women, unlike the epidemic of violence against women by men that we are experiencing in this country and worldwide. Interested to know what everyone else thinks.